Bigfoot Collectors Club presents
terrifying tales from zombie Bigfoot's cryptid crypt. I know a ghost story about you.
Put a spell on you because you're mine.
Wow. What an audience.
Wow.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you,
Mr. Bray.
sister.
Who's this horse's ass over here?
Is that Stephen Horsing, the horse mathematician?
Oh my God, it's the horse
7
mathematician.
times 8 does equal
Woohoo.
429. That is proper horse math. Yes. Yeah, that checks out.
Michael, you gonna wear that?
You got to
the whole
commit
show?
to the bit here.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you. Nice. Happy Halloween, boys.
everybody. This is Michael's testing us. He's like, how long can we go without Michael talking?
I know. I'm
Say
getting nervous.
something,
I'm like,
Michael.
say
Oh,
something.
God, it was really hot in there, guys.
That's
So
great.
is that
looks good on
Applejack's
you,
horse?
buddy.
I was doing horse math and I was doing horse sound. I put myself on mute and forgot to take myself off.
Oh no way! Oh, that's great.
Love it.
Oh.
Now you kind of look like Harry Carey.
I can't really. Wow, that's a great horse math. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Zombie Bigfoot's Clubhouse live stream, the extra creepy version of BCC. I'm your host, Michael excuse me. I'm your host, Michael McHellion.
Mhm.
With me always is...
Frights Johnson
And our ultra-terrestrial Venusian super progular,
Riley Brains.
how's it going, boys? Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
God,
Happy Halloween.
I was
yes.
dying in that mask. I think one more second and
my
I
God.
would have passed out. Couldn't see anything. Couldn't be heard.
You're just like,
Ugh. Now my glasses are fogging up. Hey, thanks for being here, everybody. Not only is this the wrap up to Zombie Bigfoot's Cryptid Crypt here on the show, it is also our 6-year anniversary. 6 years ago on Halloween, Bryce and I dropped episode 0 of Bigfoot Collectors Club, which is shocking.
crazy.
So I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. We've had such a wonderful time doing stories with you guys, terrifying tales this month, and we're gonna wrap it up in a big way with a very special guest. We have actress Gabrielle Ruiz joining us tonight, and it's gonna be a spooky night centered on photographic evidence of the spirit realm.
Nice.
And Riley,
Nice.
tell everybody what you'll be also doing over there on Venus.
I will be, as I'm doing right now, chatting with y'all in the live chat. And Michael, by the way, they're loving the beard.
Oh, thank you.
The beard is a look.
The beard. I had a dream the other day that I shaved the beard and then I felt really bad about it. So I think it's sticking around for a while.
I think it's working for you, man. I think you got to go. And Bryce, maybe you join the nunnery. That's a good look for you too.
Now, Bryce, are you supposed to be the nun or are you just a nun?
No. I was like just a nun, just a smoking, drinking
The
nun.
best kind of nun.
Got it. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, the best kind of nun. It was a last minute dash to Spirit Halloween last night. That place was packed, and I was like, it just jumped right out at me. At first, I was gonna go priest, but then sitting right next to priest was nun, and I was like,
Gotta go for
let's
the
do
gold.
the nun.
Our friend Dave Keith, who's watching the show at home, commented during the pre-roll that Bryce, you should play a 1970s wharf detective based on the footage from our Ghost Quest.
You're rugged in that one.
What was that movie we watched for Movie Club where the guy's like, he's got the trench coat and he's eating a dog and he's on the
I think you're talking about
detective
Albert
path.
Finney
Like,
in Wolfen.
Wolf, right? He was Wolfen. Yeah, that's it. That was great. Oh man.
Michael Rachel says that your beard is very public radio. It's really you got like an NPR kind of
great
vibe going.
Just right where I want to be. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bryce, remind everybody what we're doing after the show.
Yeah, after the show, guys, we are going to be doing some live VIP meet and greets, as well as Gabrielle, too. So if you guys want some one-on-one FaceTime with one of us, you can still pick up those VIP passes on popsylounge.com. So you want 5 minutes to chat us up, do it. Go get those tickets. They're still available.
Great. And before we bring in Gabrielle, I just want to say one more time, give it up for Riley Brains over there on the guitar. Well done.
Oh my God, Riley. Oh, so bluesy. I love that.
You couldn't hear me as a mathematician,
Damn.
but I was praising your work.
Riley, that was sick.
Wow.
Sister.
Wait, did you put on a garter belt?
No, he already was wearing it.
Oh.
Yeah. I wish I would have
there
thought
you go.
of that.
All right, well, let's bring in tonight's ghastly guest. You know her from multiple television projects, which we can't name here because, yes, we are still on a strike.
Mhm.
But she's also appeared on Bigfoot Collectors Club, most recently as a character in our Roswell Deep Dive series. It's been a minute. Please welcome back to the clubhouse, star of the stage, screen, and the voiceover booth, Gabrielle Ruiz.
Well, thank you. Meow, meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
Meow, oh, meow.
Oh, meow,
Guys,
meow,
I wear
meow.
these
Look at
ears
that.
every year. And all black, and that's it. Like, you get that. I even got on a what
Hey.
not to wear for Halloween red carpet one time, article, and I was very proud of myself. I made it.
Wait, they dinged you? They were
Yeah.
like, don't wear
Don't
this?
wear cat ears. It's so predictable and stupid. And I was like, yes, it is.
Oh.
Exactly why I do. It's low maintenance. And there you go.
You pull it off great. It's a
Thanks.
classic
I like the cat
look.
ears.
Meow, meow.
Yeah.
That's like saying don't go as like
Yeah, man.
a hot nurse or a hot doctor, you know?
Yeah.
I could be a hot.
Yeah.
Well, I was
be a
going to
hot
say
doctor.
something. Well, I was going to say something about a cat, but I don't know if this is
Oh.
R-related, PG-13. Where are we in this Bigfoot Collectors Club world?
You could go ahead and say it. It's after hours on the East Coast. Our listeners our viewers over there, it's already after 9 p.m. So go for it.
Well, I'm happy to be here. Ghastly Gabrielle has arrived.
Gabrielle, you
yes.
still have one of our favorite personal paranormal histories. You grew up in a house that used to be lived in by a witch, and people would
Yes.
say that they could see weird lights going off in the basement before you lived there.
Yes.
Have there been any updates from the old homestead down in Texas where the witch used to live?
Well, digging up the information and being really proud that I actually put some dots, connected some dots. My dad has asked me to kind of put a kibosh on it. He's like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I was like,
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
Getting close to
Ooh,
the truth.
Lid on it.
Wow.
But
That's
Michael, I
right,
did
that's
tell
right,
you, and I
Riley.
might have done a recap once, that my husband and I in 2019 did an RV trip from California to Pennsylvania, where he's from, for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked, and I was like, not an ask, but I was like, let's put it on the, map to stop in Muleshoe, Texas, where this house is, where I grew up every summer. And I just have to say, I was not brave enough to knock on the door because we saw it like at 6 a.m. before we left Muleshoe. You know what I mean? Like, we were like, I just want to see it. It was dawn, and we had to keep going with our itinerary. And I was shook. I was like, wow, this house looks exactly the same. And there were like 4 cars there, like a family, and it's 3 houses. So a family lives there, and people are still doing it. And I remember talking to my dad about it afterwards, and he just was like, not into it.
Okay. All right. Let's shut it down.
Shut it
Sounds like there might be a
down.
witch in your family tree that no one wants to talk
I
about.
think so.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, but like that pre-video though, I had to take it I had to take my headphones off because woo, that was creepy, guys. That was really creepy. And I was like, that's the shit right there. That's the real shit. And that's what would, I mean, I was too young to even really like recall it vividly, but I had a lot of memories and they were all confirmed by my family once I actually addressed it, probably at the age of 22. And that was very like familiar, I have to say.
God, yeah. I wonder, it's like we'll never know until we deal with it ourselves, how we actually psychologically deal with like paranormal phenomena. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure your mind races to like find, is probably just scratching for logical explanations for things that it sees and hears and thinks that's happening. You know what I mean? But when it does see something that's just completely unexplainable, your mind is just, it kind of trips a trigger that's like, okay, reality, something, what's happening here? This isn't supposed to be real,
Bryce, I love that you're still holding the cigarette between your fingers as if you're actually smoking it.
It's very, very committed.
It feels good, darling, Sister Mary Margaret.
Is this Uncle Dickie's sister, by the way? Is Margaret Uncle Dickie's sister?
It is. It is. I was going to invite Dickie on the show, but he's busy in Vegas doing it.
Well, I'm glad to know. Is he catching you? Is he
God
catching
bless
you too?
him. He'll burn in hell.
Is he catching you too at the Sphere?
Yes, I think that's probably what. Yeah, he's cleaning the bathrooms at YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Sphere. You can't afford a ticket there. Come on.
Could you imagine if we found out Uncle Dickie was a Octoon Baby fan?
Yeah,
tracks.
But we at St. Ivy's Nunnery, we get seats, so I'm going.
Wow, really? Okay, fair enough. Great.
Yep,
a nice Irish Catholic boy,
That's right.
Gabrielle, before we move on, do you have any updates, any spooky things that have happened to you lately that you can't explain?
That I can't explain?
Any psychic readings, weird dreams? Maybe
one story I haven't told. Well, one story I wish that'd be so cool. But one story I haven't told you is a psychic did tell me my future right before I met my husband. And my favorite line, two of my favorite moments are, it was like a barbecue for this show I was doing, and it was the barbecue before the last show, and I was going around just like thanking people, and I go up to the guy that's making the burgers. I'm like, "Thank you so much for making the burgers." He's like, "You're welcome. When's your birthday?" And I'm like, "December 12th." Just like game to make a new friend. And he's like, "Okay, well, I'm a medium, and I have a message for you, and I know you believe in God, so it's from God, and I just want to know if you want to hear it." I was like, "Well, so thank you. Oh, sure, I'll go for it." And he was like, "Okay, you're really bad at picking your men." That's what he said to me. And he was like, "You're just really bad at it, and you got to have someone else do it for you." And I signed up for Match.com the next day.
No,
and that's where I met Philip. Yeah,
it's a pretty sassy message from God.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you're making these guys, so why don't you make them a little better?
Yeah. They're in your image, so that's what I'm just saying.
He's like, I could tell you the message verbally, or I could put it in the burger. You let me know. Either way. That's wild.
And I had heard that.
I love that story.
It ended well, great, and I just remember another cast member like had a family member in the audience sitting next to the same guy. So he was like this resident, loyalist of like a patron and as well as like a volunteer. And he was known for this kind of stuff. And he had to know your birthday to tell you for some reason. So I wonder what that's about.
Yeah. Some people just have it
like the door opening, knowing your birthday. Maybe it's your zodiac. Maybe it's your sign. I don't know.
Maybe it's like a little key to unlock the mysteries.
Yeah.
A little code. If you're at home and a psychic has ever told you that you have bad taste in picking partners, let us know in the chat. And or if they've ever given you a clue as to who you should marry, we want to hear from it.
Cold turkey may be great on sandwiches, but there is a better way to break your bad habits. I'm not talking about some mind wipe from Quasga, the alien gray. I'm talking about our sponsor, Fume. And they look at the problem in a different way. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong. So instead of a drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? Huh? Did you ever think about that? Well, Fume did. And Fume is an innovative, award-winning flavored air device that does Just what I said. Instead of vapor, fume uses flavored air. Instead of electronics, fume is completely natural. And instead of harmful chemicals, fume uses only the most delicious flavors. You get it. Instead of bad, fume is good. It's a habit that you're free to enjoy and makes replacing your bad habit easy. Your fume comes with an adjustable airflow dial and is designed with movable parts. Ooh, that's fun. And magnets for fidgeting, giving your fingies a lot to do, which is helpful for de-stressing and anxiety while breaking your habit. Listen, I was very skeptical about fume when I first heard about it too, but you know what? I was very surprised by the first time that I tried it. It's much more flavorful than you might think, and it feels very fresh. Think of it as a refreshing herbal tea. If vapor was compared to sticky soda, fume flavors would be more like a nice Earl Grey. Is Earl Grey herbal? Let's say chamomile. It's not as sweet and it's a lot more natural. It's well weighted, it's perfectly balanced, it's extremely fun to fidget with, and you know what? The design is flawless. It uses real wood and it's very, very beautiful. It looks cool. That's the thing. It's a nice... The aesthetics out there will really enjoy it. Stopping is something we all put off because it's hard, but switching to fume is easy, enjoyable, and even fun. Fume has served over 150,000 customers and has thousands of success stories, and there's no reason that can't be you. Join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up the Journey Pack today. Head to tryfume.com and use code BCC to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. That's tryfum.com and use code BCC to save an additional 10% off your order today.
Bryce, I think it's time for everyone's favorite segment. This is one that we do often on the other side, but more recently have been doing on these BCC Clubhouse live streams. It's time for Bryce's
Secret Stash.
This is when Bryce goes back into his files and he finds spooky videos for us to watch.
YouTube.
It's your file. YouTube is your files.
It's my files. Actually, it's funny. My YouTube file list it reads like
it's your Rolodex.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
It's like it's like got every conspiracy theory, strange paranormal happening. It's ridiculous. Okay. Let's do it. Let's watch some paranormal videos in Bryce's Secret Stash. All right. Well, let's cue up this first one. Guys, it's Halloween. And
oh man, I don't know if I can handle it.
Fucking ghost cat.
Whoa.
Wait.
Did you guys see that? Now watch this. The mom comes in.
I know that. Can we talk about the
There's a
kid?
little
Can we
girl.
The
talk
kid is
about
way
the kid?
scarier than the
there's a
ghost
child.
I don't
cat.
even care about the ghost cat.
Whenever there's a child,
Okay.
I love a good And
I saw it.
Nope.
No.
Could you imagine
that's me.
anything scarier than being a little kid and your mom waking you up in the dead of night to ask you if there's a cat in your room?
Seriously,
Watch
everything
this,
about
hold on.
this.
Oh.
You are.
Me too.
You are scary.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh,
Monster in
man.
the window.
Oh, man.
no.
Yeah.
My daughter just said something like this to us.
Oh god.
Oh, I mean,
Whoa.
Okay. Okay, that
you
looks
can
like
take
a
the volume
cat.
down, but look at that
Meow,
cat
meow.
again, right?
As a cat
how
person.
Yeah.
Cat
I mean,
Yeah,
our
as a cat
resident
myself.
cat.
I can
Yeah.
see the
Right?
figure
Like-
there.
And
The
it's- I,
back.
ju- you know, I
Yeah,
just
that-
love this
that's-
because,
that's the-
like, there's the girl in there. She sees a monster in the window. The mom's like asking if she thought she saw a cat on the baby monitor. It's like there's just so much happening here. What do you guys think of
Terrifying.
this?
I mean, I do think kids are more susceptible to being open to what's really going on. Like what you were saying, like as an adult, you're really trying to like suspension of disbelief and you're trying to make the boundaries for yourself to actually, digest what's happening. And that kid's like, it's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there.
I
Yeah.
beg to differ. I think this kid is clueless. I don't think it's aware of that cat at all. And I think as soon as their
Right.
mom came in to give them attention, they made up a story that there was a
No.
monster at the window. They
don't
did
know,
not see
Michael.
this cat.
I don't know. On the monitor,
Right.
the other day, Philip said he heard our daughter being like, "Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle star, there's a monster. How
Look-
I wonder where you are." Like that. And she's like, "There's a monster." Anyway, and
Yeah.
she just like moved on.
And it's wild. And apparently this girl said her cat did pass away like a year ago or something like that. But you've talked about it. Your dog,
Don't you bring Albie into this?
Albie passed.
How dare you, sir?
It's like he's visited. It's like, ghost pets, man. I believe in ghost pets.
I mean, this is a very weird, if we're just going straight on the video itself, and if you're just listening to this on the podcast version in the near future, it's just like sort of a nanny cam video of a little girl laying awake in bed, and then there's this, what really looks like a cat running through frame.
like it blips into reality.
I
or
can't
something.
explain it.
It's
If it's
pretty
real, it's okay.
I can.
Yeah,
Okay,
two
ghost-
words
Ghost cat.
explained.
Let's move
As a
on
cat,
to the
I
next
agree.
video. Yeah. This next one
jeez.
is great, and it takes place.
Set us-
at-
Oh,
set us up the
shit.
visual
Wait a
here.
minute. Question.
Yeah.
Are the sound effects necessary? Question.
I mean, I didn't-
Can you
I didn't
mute
add them.
them?
I
Can
kind
you
of,
mute them so I can
I
actually
kind
have
of
an
enjoy them.
educational opinion about this? Because fuck that, man.
This was taken.
You don't
It's the
need bass
sounds for me. I have to like
This
open
was
up my
taken by,
headphones. I'm like, fuck that. Is it over?
I know the sound effects was pretty great.
Nope, it's not.
They
God.
capture this, what looks like this demon sort of perusing through the aisle of this old church. Now, this was taken by a couple of paranormal investigators out there in London. I think this is I have the name of this. What is this? Saint
Mary's.
St. Mary's Church in Edlesborough,
Yikes.
England. And it's supposedly very haunted. But I mean, if there ever was a demon in a church or a shadow entity in a church,
Yeah, why are we
that's it,
jumping
right?
straight
I
to
mean,
demon? This just looks like a shadow entity to me.
Yeah, no, totally. It doesn't need to be demon. Could be shadow entity. Actually, I think sort of the lore there is that it might be one of the friars who used to live in the church, and he still sort of haunts.
as a friar,
St.
did he
Mary's
go?
Church today? But
Yeah.
I know, right?
A
I
lot
mean,
of bass drops.
as I like it. I don't want to go to the afterlife.
All right, Mike G, before
but,
you roll this next one, Bryce, give us a little bit more of a setup for this one.
Yeah. Okay. So this just caught my eye for a few reasons, and it just had to be brought up tonight here on Zombies Halloween Live Special.
Doesn't know
Bryce's
the name of the
Secret
show.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Close enough.
No. So this was taken in the Dominican Republic. Some guy, I think in a college dorm room,
my
sent
God.
this to a guy who like collects and has a paranormal channel or something. But take a look at what the hallway camera captures coming through the door.
Okay, we got guys locking up his door.
Oh my God.
What the
I
fuck?
can't look. I actually cannot look.
What?
I am such a scaredy cat.
Now,
Down at the end of the hall, out of the fire stairs, there's like a shadow.
Yeah.
Literally can't. Just like nope.
being.
he notices something. He feels like he notices something. He takes a look. Now, somebody does
Just
come
keep
out of there's
describing
a
it
door
because I can't
here.
watch.
Gotta look at this, Gabrielle.
No.
but
we need
look,
your
take a
opinion.
look again.
No.
It's gonna
Fuck.
Michael, wait till you see the head on
No.
this thing. I don't like it one bit.
It's like
with the yellow
A
eyes
robot
and the
alien
walk.
chimp.
Guys, this is a kid
if
in
you
a
play it
hoodie with
back,
the sleeves
look
pulled
at-
over their hands.
Why does he disappear?
Do you think so?
He's like phasing
Yeah,
in
a
and
lot
out.
of people aren't. Yeah, why
Is
does
it
he
over?
It's
disappear?
edited.
But and
Yeah,
look,
you're right.
if
You're
you
right.
look
This
at
is
the
fake.
It's fake.
Yeah,
well,
it's
he
fully
did-
fake. Yeah.
he answered a lot of videos. The
My
guy that
God.
shot this here, and he was
No,
like, "There's
no,
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 editing
no.
going on in here." But
I'm
it's.
sweating.
I will agree. If there is one unquestionable video in my batch,
This one's
it might
maybe
be this
seeds
one. But
instead.
I
Gabrielle,
love-
it's
look
a
how
kid in
tall
a
it is.
costume. Don't
Stop
worry
it
about it.
right there. Look how tall it is. Halfway is the door jamb bar, which goes up to the guy's like knees. So it's like a weird. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Gabrielle's
It's small.
over it.
That's just major scaredy cat.
Yeah, it's like tiny.
I don't know. I gotta.
I just love this idea as an ultra terrestrial or something like traveling interdimensions.
What are our Club Scouts saying in the chat
Yeah,
about
guys,
that
what are
one?
you saying? Because I did not watch it.
Yeah. Well, if it's
got
edited,
for
it's
sure.
a good one.
People like Robot Alien Chip. Thank you.
Yeah.
Seems like it's been tampered with
Right.
big time. What the actual hell is that? What in tarnation?
Right.
Just what the fuck?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, right. I feel like if you're going to see like a weird ultra terrestrial shape shifting, like that's what it would be. It has a weird walk. That it had those almond yellow eyes with the weird head.
To
I don't know.
me,
I
it
love
just
that
looks
video,
like a
whether it's
kid with the
fake
hoodie.
or not. You would
Yeah,
know about
Michael.
fake videos, Michael. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I've got the saucer right over there. I should go get it.
Gabrielle, did you know Michael hoaxed a UFO video as of recent? He tried to trick
No,
Riley
I
and I. Did you
didn't.
know that?
It worked too.
Yep, he did.
Did it work?
Excited.
Buddy
Yeah,
did.
we were
Yeah,
excited.
it worked.
Yes, it did.
We're like, oh my
Unfortunately,
God,
right
dude,
away.
this is it, finally.
That's a UFO. That's a
Look
classic
at his
saucer.
demeanor. He's like, I know.
I know.
I'm that
I
good.
know.
I'm gonna-
Sneaky.
I'll try to
guy.
find
so
it.
proud.
The,
He's
So
the
out of-
consensus is generally that it's fake in the chat, but they love it.
With-
that
nonetheless.
third one. Okay.
How do they
yeah,
feel
but-
about Ghost Cat?
But Ghost Cat?
What do you guys?
come on,
Yeah, what do you guys think about Ghost Cat?
Come on. Give me
Because
Ghost,
Ghost
Cat.
Cat to me was pretty spooky. That one kind of
Ghost
got
Cat? I like Ghost Cat.
me. And I related to it because I saw a monster in my bedroom
did-
window. That's how
I
this
did have a
whole
Ghost Cat is
thing
babysitter.
started.
I did have a babysitter
Overwhelmingly.
who was like, I think there's a spirit in Mercedes' room. I was like, oh, okay. And she's like,
Oh no.
yeah, it just keeps floating. Like, there it is, And she sent me like a video while we were out. And then I go home and she's like, I think that's real. Yeah, it's very consistent. And Merc is asleep. And I'm like,
Jeez.
okay. And so I'm looking at the video and I was like, I think that's a cobweb. I think it's just floating.
Right.
And it's just
Right.
ended up being a cobweb. I was like, but we could totally send this off to Bigfoot Collectors Club and see what they think.
But- yeah, let's take a look at that. I think anything with having to do with baby monitors is always gonna
Honestly, it's the
be
creepy
on
baby
my,
eyes.
high
It's their
list,
own
you know.
eyes.
Yeah,
Look at her
they're
eyes.
already scary. Just
It's
from
already
the jump.
scary.
Yeah,
But it looks like she's looking at something out in the window, right? Like she's trying, and maybe your cat is there to help scare off the demon in her window.
Well,
whatever's
yeah.
there. I like to think that like the cat is there.
You've
to help
got a
her,
whole
scare this
adventure
monster
story
away, but
happening
it's
with this
the window.
video.
Well, what's her
Hell
name?
yeah, of course.
What's her name?
This
The
girl
Long Island
needs one.
medium. She's always like, yeah, that's why your cats keep jumping on the couch off and on because they see the spirits.
I like it. Okay, I take it back. It's fun. If the Long Island medium's into it,
Oh my gosh.
I'm into it.
Look, I know we proved ghosts on this podcast. I just wanted to move the flag a little bit forward and prove ghost pets. So that's
Love
all I'm
it.
trying to do here.
overwhelming.
Okay.
Meow, meow.
Great. Okay, great.
Meow, meow.
I feel like we're all desensitized.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus.
I feel like we're all desensitized to shadow people at this moment in time. Like I feel like shadow people's not really
Ghost cat.
phasing anyone
Well,
anymore. Am I
except
wrong
me
about
that can't watch
Well,
the
it's
videos.
It's true.
The voice of reason.
Well, that was Bryce's
Okay.
secret
All right.
stash.
Dank
There you
stash
go.
this
I
time,
survived. Woo.
All right, Ghost Cat might be up there in top 3 for me. All right, Gabrielle, we play a game with all of our guests. I'm going to go down a list of phenomenon. If you're open to it, you're going to say believe it. If you're not open to it, you're going to say bullshit.
Okay.
You have to choose one or the other.
Is this like rapid
is a-
fire?
Rapid fire style.
Okay.
This is a game we call bullshit.
You better believe it.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Gabrielle Ruiz, on your mark,
Yes, Michael.
get set, ghosts,
Believe it.
Bigfoot,
Bullshit.
UFOs,
Believe it.
vampires,
I really would love to believe it.
werewolves,
Nah, bullshit.
witches,
Believe it.
shapeshifters,
Believe it.
chupacabras,
Claro que sí. I'm from there. They're from my hometown. Believe it.
zombies,
Bullshit.
levitation,
Believe it.
the mummy's curse.
TBD.
Gotta pick one. The mummy's curse.
Are you like opening some sarcophaguses and you're gonna let
Do a
report
little bit of
back?
research.
They said they said when
Uh-oh,
explorers like
uh-oh.
went in and opened up, the archaeologists like opened up King Tutankhamun's like tomb, they like a bunch of people died and got sick after
Right.
that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, they
believe it.
did.
I've
Yeah.
read the Bible.
Seances,
Believe it.
tarot cards,
Believe it.
crystal balls,
Nah, bullshit.
psychic premonitions,
Believe it.
Ouija boards,
Oh, believe it.
shadow people,
Oh, believe it.
demonic possession,
Oh, believe it. Oh,
goblins,
bullshit. Bullshit.
and finally, haunted houses, the amusement park variety.
Lived it. Oh, amusement park variety?
Yeah, like Halloween Horror Nights. Do you like them?
Fuck no, but bullshit. Fucking hate those, man. Ugh.
Really? Are you a real scaredy cat?
I am, but at the same time, like, this, you might kick me off the show, but Halloween is not my favorite holiday.
Why?
But
What
the
happened to
kitschy
you?
part of it,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like, I believe in all, like, the Day of the Dead and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know. Maybe it was New York.
Did you fall into a vat of Reese's peanut butter cups
I
and
lived,
it traumatized you?
no, I lived in Midtown. my first few years in New York, and like, I know we're overstimulated by human touch and human space already in New York, but people are just invasively even creepier on Halloween night. Or Halloween day on the subway. And it's just like, it's just not cute. And it's just it actually is kind of creepy, and it just made it not fun. And I worked in Times
Well, that's a
Square with the
bummer.
Broadway, schedule. And so I just remember, and in these cat ears, I would go and
Wait, did you steal those from the set of Cats?
I've never done cats, believe it or not. But I felt like people just got gross,
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
now I have a kid, so I'm like, okay, let's give it another try. Like, let's have some fun. Let's do it. And then last year, like her first like toddler Christmas, I get us all dressed up as the Flintstone family.
Wait, you got dressed up as the Flintstones on Christmas?
Sorry.
I think
Exactly.
this is why you don't like Halloween. You're
I
doing it all.
I can't keep it straight. And for Halloween, I got us all dressed up for this like trunk or treat, family gathering, whatever. I was a day early. I even like sprayed my hair red and like black, like cute with curls, the whole fucking thing. And I even gave it a whole college try, and I was a day early.
Hold on. I feel like there are a few
Damn.
stopgaps in place to remind you that today is not Halloween.
Is it in Halloween? Honestly, Halloween's all month when you have a kid. It's like trunk or treat
That's
every
true.
freaking day.
So you took her treating on the 29th?
Well, it's because, like, again, people are not trying to compete with the 31st or the weekend of. So you have
Wait, is it the 31st? No, I don't know when Halloween is. It's the 31st.
It is.
31st,
31st,
not like
yes.
Christmas, the
Fair enough.
25th, whatever. It's all month, okay? When you have a kid, it's crazy. Notice the tone,
Wow.
the change in my tone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got
That's that Halloween tone coming in.
Me,
yeah. Mom
It's,
tone.
yeah.
Mom tone kicked in.
But I'm very happy
what
to be here.
yeah. Glad we invited you to our Halloween live stream. Club Scouts, what are your biggest bullshits and believe it's? Let us know. What do we got there?
Just a lot of belief overall is what
Yeah.
I'm seeing. And
Okay.
also a lot of people are mentioning that they're playing this game with their kids and with their significant others. And I think that this is a great game to be played around the dinner table. So
Oh, yeah,
play with your
that's
family
great.
and report back.
Good paranormal
Mhm.
barometer.
I love it. I got it just in from producer Mike G. In case you want to check this out, this is the photo that W. Dave Keith and I hoaxed. If you, Mike, I don't know if you can zoom in. Now, this photo was taken with a dish that's about this size that I threw up in the air about 12
So
feet.
good.
It's
Isn't
really
that so
good.
good?
And it really looks like it's flying like hundreds of feet away from the house in the picture, but I don't know.
That
It
was very
was.
bad of you,
It's
Michael.
there's really
Very,
good detail.
very
If you can,
bad.
I should have sent you a zoomed in one, but you can see the silver disc and everything. It's pretty great. I'm just gonna say that, and I learned it's very easy to hoax a picture, which is kind of a segue into what we're about to get into right now in this week's story of high strangeness. Oh wait. We have a picture of the Flintstones
Ooh.
as well.
Yeah, Gabrielle just said
Oh,
she just sent
nice.
a photo
Of us as the
Oh yeah,
Flintstones.
let's get that
her
Your,
family
Flintstones
is
your
picture up there if we
conspirator
can.
No
W.
way.
Dave is
My
commenting
day
that there were
early.
no retakes on that. You guys just
No
nailed it
retakes.
first try.
Yeah, we nailed it. Yeah.
Shame on you.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, shame
It's
on
fun.
you.
We did it in the
Would've been
6th grade, and
amazing.
we used the same plate, and we convinced a bus full of kids that a UFO flew over my house. It was fun.
Incredible.
So, you know what? I'll tell you from experience, it's a great way to get attention. All right, hold that Flintstones photo for just a minute, Mike. We're gonna jump into this week's story of high strangeness. Ooh. So, ghost photography or spirit photography was popularized in the late 1860s by a handful of photographers who capitalized on the prevailing sense of grief and death during the American Civil War and the growing spiritualism movement that was happening all around the world. Photography was a massive technological leap that revolutionized the way humans received and shared information, perceived and experienced reality, and captured world events as well as slices of daily life. There was also the potential for photos capturing images invisible to the naked eye, maybe even the spirits of the dead. Now, if anyone gets credit for creating ghost photos, it's a man by the name of William Mumler. Regarded as the pioneer of spiritual photography, Mumler was a photographer in Boston who claimed that in 1862 to have captured the spirit of a dead cousin of his in a self-portrait. Mumler famously went on to photograph Abe Lincoln's ghost standing over his widow, Mary Todd Lincoln. So there's Mumler on the left and his alleged dead cousin, and then there's Mary Todd Lincoln with a very, like, I will say,
Look at the hands over
like
the
fingers,
shoulders,
like everything.
too.
this Lincoln looks like it was drawn. I'll say this looks like an illustrated,
Yeah.
Just
painted,
a watermark
or drawn
doodle.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think's going on here, Riley? You're the sort of photo expert of the group.
I mean, it looked either some sort of double exposure.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
It really, especially because if you look at the line on Lincoln's hand, the way it crosses over onto the garment there, it really looks like a double exposure.
Well, Riley, you are
Right.
correct. For
mean-
fans of the paranormal,
Nailed it.
these and all of Mumler's photos were produced using camera tricks of the time, like creating double exposures by reusing photographic plates with residual images left on them. So you could, like, the old cameras had these like plates,
Oh, right.
and then if you didn't clean them, you could take another
that
picture.
makes total
Mhm.
sense. Residual
Mhm.
imaging.
That's
yeah.
very relatable in the times of today because I think there's spirits in my photos, but I just need to clean my lens. On my
Might just
iPhone.
be that.
Just
Yeah.
smudgy.
Right?
William
Yeah,
Mumler
totally,
might have
yeah.
slid a dirty little plate inside your iPhone. Try to trick you. So Mumler wasn't alone. Many other names emerged in the field, like Frederick Hudson, Edouard Bouget, and Sybil Corbett, who claimed to have captured the late Lord Combermere in Combermere Abbey in Cheshire in this famous photo from 1891. This is Sybil Corbet's photo. Now you'll see in the chair there's like a stodgy looking English lord. Yeah, this was a pretty popular photo at the time, and now we're getting into more like, hey, maybe this is, we went from doing spiritual portraits to like trying to get candid photos of ghosts haunting an actual space, and some people think
Right.
because of the long exposures that cameras took at the time, required at the time, that a servant just came in, sat in a chair, and left
Mhm.
to create this image of the late Lord Combermere.
Mhm.
But it's definitely
would go
a
there.
step up in the like ghost photo.
Lyric is called this the ghost of imperialism.
That's true. Yes.
Terrifying.
The birth of patriarchy.
Touche!
The advent of spiritual photography established a permanent link between photography and the paranormal that would be integral to the spread of the phenomenon. Despite the fact that spirit photography was generally hokum, it is undeniable that cameras and the paranormal have formed a symbiotic bond. From UFOs to Bigfoot to Nessie and ghosts, paranormal legends rely on photography to reach the masses. To this day, images are the #1 delivery method for the mass spread of the paranormal phenomenon. For paranormal enthusiasts like ourselves, next to a direct eyewitness account, the proverbial pudding in which the proof of the paranormal can be found are pictures. Words just aren't enough. Seeing is believing. But no matter the era, we must always peer at the images with a skeptical eye. That being said, let's have some fun. In the spirit of All Hallows Eve, I've scoured the internet to find 5 of the creepiest and most famous ghost photos in existence.
Thank you for doing the work.
In no
Love
particular
that. Yeah.
order. Let's
This
dive
was like
in.
my Bryce mystery starter
That's
pack.
right. Here we go.
Oh, there he is.
is Denise Russell's grandpa photo. At first glance, this looks like the photo of a
What?
nice old lady enjoying a Sunday afternoon, photobombed by some rando. But according to the woman's granddaughter who took the photo, Denise Russell, this is a picture of her grandmother and her grandfather, who was dead.
Ah.
Gabrielle, why don't
No.
you read us Denise's quote about this photograph?
The lady in the color photo is my granny. She lived on her own until age 94 when her mind started to weaken and had to be moved to an assisted living home for her own safety. At the end of the first week, there was a picnic for the residents and their families. My mother and sister attended. My sister took 2 pictures that day, and this is one of them. It was taken on Sunday, 8/17/97. And we think the man behind her is my grandpa, who passed away on Sunday, 8/14/84. We did not notice the man in the picture until Christmas Day 2000. Granny had been passed away since. While browsing through some loose family photos at my parents' house, my sister thought it was such a nice picture of Granny that she even made a copy for Mom, but still nobody noticed the man behind her for over 3 years. When I arrived at my parents' house that
That's
Christmas
weird.
Day, my sister handed me the picture and said, "Who do you think this man behind Granny looks like?" It took a few seconds for it to sink in. I was absolutely speechless.
And
Wild.
creepy, right? I mean, he looks like, I'm
Yeah.
sure he was a great granddad, but this reminds me of the Soloway Firth spaceman photo.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was literally just going to say the Solway Firth spaceman that, which they sent to Kodak, and Kodak looked at the film and said there was nothing altered about this. So this isn't the first time we've seen like some strange, like very clear anthropomorphic apparition, in
And it's
some
weird
picture,
how it's like all right behind her and right behind her head,
I think he's looking over her.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Nice
Yeah.
interpretation.
Yeah.
I mean,
how,
the
how
night-
could you miss that
That's
for
so
3 years,
trippy.
though? That's crazy.
He's like
And
right
also-
there.
It's right there. Yeah.
I also say, so that makes me think that maybe it appeared later, but also, I don't know. I would need to. We need to do the
right.
horse math on this one, but like, it almost looks like where he's standing doesn't work with the perspective
It doesn't.
of the backdrop either. It looks like he would be levitating.
Right. Well, neither did the Solway Firth
Exactly,
spaceman.
yeah.
Remember, he was like at a crooked
No,
angle,
he could be
like,
6'4",
sort of
guys.
like.
He could, yeah. It's very.
Weird.
This is very. The house of on haunted. Wait, what is the Haunting of Hill House? The recent one. He reminds me of like the ghosts in that Mike Flanagan miniseries on Netflix.
It reminds me of the story. It reminds me of the story
I
of
like
the
it.
night before my grandfather passed. He was in a hospital, and my grandmother was just walking around, and he just looked at her with his eyes for like an hour, the last hour she was there. And she was like, William, like he was alert, it took a while. And sometimes that happens before people die, as they kind of revive a little bit before the actual pass. And he was just watching her and like really staring at her. And then he passed away. So that looks very loving to me, as levitating as it looks too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Ram Dass would talk about like, so he became at the, for the last 20 so years of his life, he gave it over to service and like being with people on their deathbed. And he would spend so much time with people as they passed away, like literally to the other side. And he said, it's this like sort of euphoric experience in a way, because you know, you're just providing this incredible service, and you're so close to like somebody like going over the other
Mhm.
side, and they're like, it's like opens this doorway, is what he was trying to say. But that you know, take the opportunity to do it if you can. Don't be afraid to you know, be close to your loved ones
Mhm.
as they move on to the next phase or stage of their life. You know,
I
don't be
agree.
afraid by that stuff. You know, get in
Get
there,
involved.
get in there and get dirty.
Mhm.
You know,
Part of life.
100%.
All right,
So-
well, let's move on to the next photograph in our cavalcade of spooky photos, and we're gonna get a little creepy in this one. This
Okay.
is the
Great.
Saint Boltoff's ghost.
Where is it? Oh,
Ooh.
that's, no, I see it.
In 1982, a man named Chris Brackley was visiting St. Boltoff's Church at Bishopsgate in London with his wife, and according to the couple, they were the only ones in the inside the church as Brackley began taking photos. And after developing the pictures, he noticed that the image of this mysterious figure standing on the balcony was looking down at him. The photo and Brackley's camera were examined. Analysis concluded that the image was not manipulated or doctored in any way. And to make it all the more intriguing, after the photo gained some popularity, Buckley was later contacted by a builder who had confessed that while doing renovations on this church earlier, some years before, he had accidentally discovered a pile of old coffins behind a wall, which he unintendedly knocked over,
Like you do.
and the body of
Oops.
a quote-unquote
My bad.
well-preserved woman who looked uncannily similar to the figure in this picture came tumbling out of one of the coffins. This is like an actual coffin flop.
They forgot to bury the body.
No way.
I think like all these bodies got stashed
man. Hey,
in
that was
like
my
a
contract.
room. I don't know. I don't
Oops.
know why she was well preserved.
I was gonna say the ghost looks more like Christian Bale from American Psycho, doesn't it? Like I see like a red tie and like, you know, like
I
an
see
excited
like
look on
curly
his
hair
face.
and like
It's
a
very
gown.
strange.
Like, yeah, like
Oh,
with an
really?
empire
Oh,
waist.
oh, I see the
I
gown
see that
now.
now. It took me a
Okay,
long time to kind
okay.
of make sense of this
Yeah,
one.
now I see the gown. Thank you. I was just seeing the head.
Yeah. It looks
so
a little
wild.
sinister
Ew.
to me. This looks like something out of a Blumhouse movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a real James Wan looking
Well,
ghost.
Mhm.
Well, and it's what you're driving at too with what this photo is saying, that if you're not properly buried in your coffin and you somehow accidentally fall out or are dug up, then your afterlife will be,
Kind of,
you
you
know,
would be
interrupted.
you would be
you know,
slightly annoyed.
post-haste. And you, yeah, and more than annoyed, you will be trapped in some
Yes,
interpersonal
with a menacing
space,
face.
you know. Right. So, which is interesting. I mean, why do we put people in boxes and then in the ground? But
It
I don't know.
also
Crazy.
kind of looks like like a statue to me, you know?
Mm.
I don't know. What do our Club Scouts think
There's
about this
some
one?
discussion that it looks like a sort of light distortion against the wall, and that
Mm.
your brain comes to see those things.
Fair enough.
Pareidolia.
That's a
Yeah,
pretty
for
sharp
sure. It could be that.
pareidolia,
Yeah.
though.
But also, I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of weight's being given to the coffin flop theory. So
Yeah.
The coffin flop.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good theory. Yeah, coffin flop theory.
This
Oh
reminds
my
me
God, that's
of
really
the
good.
Lucille Lortel Theater in New York. Do you guys know that theater? It's like an off-Broadway theater, like in the Village. And I just told Rachel Bloom about this, our good friend who had her live show there. And I was like, the legend is you have, and I did a show there once, and I saw it. Like you have to stand on the center of the stage, and there's a portrait of Miss Lortel, like in the balcony in the center of the room, and you can go up there and see it. But if you stand center, it looks like her head's floating on a seat.
Whoa.
And so
Oh my
Lucille is
God.
always watching the show.
Whoa. Do you have to like
That's crazy.
say thank you, Lucille?
Thank you, Lucille. And in your bio, you have to actually put it in your bio.
That'd be fun. Man,
Wow.
what power in the
Well,
afterlife that
what a-
all actors have
what
to
a-
thank you in their bio.
What a great plan.
in the program.
Jeez. Well, I'm putting Coffin Flopper on
Well,
our new album
It's a
list.
reference to a
yeah.
show that you really should watch.
I think you should leave. I think you should
I
leave
think you should leave
reference.
it. I love that sketch. It's so
God,
good.
it's so funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
but we can
Great.
we can pay homage.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to number 3. This one might be a little weird. This photo was taken in 2014 in Australia. It shows 2 women
Oh
and
yeah.
4 children swimming at Murphy's Hole in Queensland Lockyer River.
What the heck is that?
The only problem with this picture is that Kim Davidson and her friend Jessie Lou have only 3 kids between them. That pale-headed figure peeking out of the water behind them, not one of their children, and was not present in the physical space when they
Not
took
invited.
this photo.
Not invited.
Not invited.
Wow.
Here is Kim Davidson's account that she told local reporters about this photo.
At the time of taking this photo, there was nothing between us. I'm holding the little girl, and that white head next to me with horns is not human. I can promise you that its fingers are on my shoulder and on my daughter's arm. They are long, skeletal type fingers. On this day, my daughter had her leg grabbed 2 times by something in the water. Well, when I went back in for one last dip to cool off, I did feel something behind me as I was walking out of water, but tried to ignore it.
Yeah, so
2 times. Look, she's holding up the number 2. She's trying to tell us
we're
something.
just flashing the peace sign, but you're right. Could be right.
Twice.
We got to look at all the
Twice.
clues in this photo.
I just
This
wish,
is
That's right.
Yeah, well,
I just wish
please-
that Loch Ness monster was doing peace too, and that would make the icing on the cake.
Well, to make matters more
Yeah.
This is
disturbing, it
creepy.
turns out that a little girl by the name of Doreen O'Sullivan drowned in that very location back in
gonna say,
1915.
How many kids drowned in lakes?
So
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a really weird.
Can
I
we-
don't quite see a face, but I do see a head and the hands, and it's just bizarre.
Well,
Like-
I love the lady coming forward with that
Did she-
testimony that like this was something. It had fingers. It grabbed us. Tried to get my daughter. Like that's her story about what the context of
Yeah.
what's in that photo. And you put that
I
together.
think
That's
this
creepy
one
as
gained a lot of
hell.
popularity on. She posted it, I believe, on her Facebook page, and then it started spreading around, and then like they started doing, like the tabloids in the UK started covering this photo and this story. But it's
very
it's-
shape of water
Interesting.
prosthetics going on.
Yeah, there's something going on with the head here. Little creepy. Let us know what you guys think, Club Scouts.
I'm being told to tell you that it's a Mon Calamari, but that one's over my head. Do you know what that means?
It could be Mon Calamari. That's like Admiral Akbar's race.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a reference to the food.
I don't know.
calamari.
It's the head's
oh,
not
yeah,
long
okay.
enough.
Yeah, I
Do you
see
guys
that.
follow the Grim Reaper that goes around the beach? I forget.
No.
It might be like in the UK somewhere. There's like a Grim Reaper guy that walks around full out, and he like takes photos of himself, but he like walks around and starts like lurking at people and stuff on a beach.
Uh-huh.
That's a good bit.
Or is it?
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Listen, like I said, there's a lot of ways to get attention, and maybe that's a good way to get it. All right, let's move on to number 2. This is a pretty famous photo. This is called Goddard's Squadron, this Goddard Squadron photo. Now, admittedly, this one might be a little bit more famous than creepy, but it is a classic. This was taken in 1919, made public in the 1970s by a retired RAF officer, Sir Victor Goddard Sr. It features a World War I Royal Air Force Squadron battalion posed for a photo. It's like a class photo or team pic for those of you only listening to this on the podcast version of the show, and we'll put all these up in our Instagram. But if you zoom in on the top row, a few figures over, you can see a disembodied face peering over the shoulder of one of the men. According to members of the squadron, that face belongs to Freddie Jackson, one of their squad mates who died just 3 days prior at the Daedalus training facility where these men were stationed. And they said that this image, this face over this guy's shoulder, is a dead ringer for Freddie.
Wow. I love it. That's romantic.
This is what Sir Victor Goddard had to say about this picture.
Well, there he was, and no mistake, although a little fainter than the rest. Indeed, he looked as though he was not altogether there, not really with the group, for he alone was capless, smiling. All the rest were serious and set and wearing service caps. Most had not long returned from church parade and marching in a military funeral, for Freddie Jackson had upon that very spot, the squadron tarmac, 3 days before, walked heedlessly into the whirling propeller
Jesus.
of an airplane. He had been killed stone dead instantly. He evidently was still quite unaware of it.
Walked into the propeller of an airplane and died. And they said that he didn't know he was dead, so he was just still hanging out with all the men.
So that's the face in the photo. He's like,
And-
things are fine.
Yeah,
What
he's like,
propeller?
oh, I'm trying to squeeze in this picture here. What do you guys think about this one? This is like a pretty famous one.
It's compelling. I mean, the only thing would be if they like set it up as some sort of like homage to him or something. But
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
But this photo, like, it didn't emerge for over 30 years. What was it? Maybe even longer. So this was 1919. Like, it wasn't made public until the 70s. After this guy had retired, he's like, oh, look at this picture. Oh yeah, there's a ghost in this photo. I forgot to show this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those old timey dudes being like, oh yeah, here's an interesting picture. And like the news started to spread in the 70s. Like, this picture got published in books and passed around.
I mean, that
Yeah,
happened
I
with
like
me
it,
with
man.
the haunted house. I didn't really get it all together for like 20 years.
Right.
Not 60, but for 20. We were like, oh, yeah, that did happen. Like, that's how my mom said it to me the whole time. She's like, yeah, and then your aunt got shoved in the shower all the time. I was like, what? What?
Man.
So I get that.
Yeah.
Again, exploring another classic sort of ghost trope here that if your life is taken perhaps too sporadically and you're unaware, or you can be sort of trapped again and just be unaware that you're supposed
Like
to
that
be
Nicole
moving on,
Kidman movie.
or maybe right,
The
right,
Others.
exactly.
The others.
The chat's
God.
buying this one.
It always scares me because you're like, what am I supposed to know going into the afterlife? I just want to make sure I get it right, get on the right bus.
Let us
You
know,
gotta go
Bryce.
into it like a good movie. You don't know. And you just,
I will.
Yeah.
Right, totally.
Big belief on this one in the chat.
Cool.
They're liking
Love
this
it.
I
one.
think it's sweet.
Yeah.
It is. It's nice. One last selfie
Yeah.
with the boys, says Steve.
Yeah.
That war stuff is powerful. Remember that
Yeah.
kid who had the past life, who knew all the planes and wild stuff.
All right. Well, let's move on to our final photo of this segment of High Strangeness. This one is known as the Skeletor of Hampton Court. Now, this is a series of CCTV images that were captured in the wee hours at Henry VIII's palace at Hampton Court in 2003. This is on a security camera. Considered to be notoriously haunted by the ghosts of Jane Seymour and Catherine Howard, Henry's third and fifth wives, respectively. This strange hooded figure with a white face was captured opening and closing a set of doors in a quiet corner of the palace on the second of three consecutive nights where a pair of doors were found randomly flung open in the dead of night. And this thing's just playing on a loop. This is clearly a full-formed apparition in period garb. Someone could say it is easily someone in costume, but look at the white face.
Is that a cane? Is that a cane?
Yeah, there's
it's
like a
creepy.
cane or a staff. The strange hooded figure, yes, okay. Strangely, it was also taken on during the same period where a tourist reported a spectral figure running through the palace. There you go. This is that shot right there, that one with where the doors are wide open, it's sort of peering out.
I love it.
It's very
That's
it's
great.
very creepy looking.
I bet you he's been working on that for decades to push open the door like Ghost. He's been working on it for
Finally got it.
decades, centuries.
Now I just need a
This one
resident.
also made this one also made the news, and the palace guards are all like, we do not know what this is. This is super spooky. It really freaked us out when we discovered this. And I mean, come on, London.
Super spooky.
London is haunted as fuck. So look at the face on this thing. It's so bright white. It's very strange.
Derek Cole just lulled me. He said it's the Grim Reaper from Bill and Ted, which it
Yeah, it does.
fully is.
I need to follow.
Yeah,
I need to
it
follow
does
this
look
guy's Instagram.
solved.
Yeah, very cool. Well, There you
Well,
have
there
it.
you go.
5 of the
I
spookiest
love it.
photos that I could find on the internet. As you can see, spirit photography is a trend that will likely never go out of fashion, even if as the means to fake ghost photos becomes easier and more accessible. And I'll tell you what, I got duped a couple times. I found some photos that I was like, "Ooh, this is good." Later to find out it was just like someone taking pictures with the Ghost app. So there's a lot of
Yeah,
bullshit
right.
out
Yep.
there. So I tried to
Yep.
find ones that could not be refuted
Mm.
as of yet. The debate of what is real and unreal will last for generations to come. There you go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Riley, any final
love
thoughts
that.
from our friends in the stream on these ghost photos?
They seem to be enjoying them very much. This one, I think there's some consensus that they think it's maybe someone in a costume.
I mean,
Looks pretty.
sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
but
there's also no sound effects, so I can handle them.
but they've also sort of
Right.
trailed off into talking about which horror movies they should watch after the live stream. And
Oh, great. Let's hear some suggestions.
Talk to
Maybe
Me.
we can weigh
Talk
in.
to Me has been
Oh, nice.
recommended from Derek
I'm watching
Cole.
that this week and I haven't seen it yet. Although I guess I'm not supposed to plug any movies right now against our company.
Right.
So.
Oh yeah. Well, Steven says no one will save you. Does this count? This is just people. I don't know.
No, they're fine.
You guys can talk about movies.
yeah.
We can't.
I'm gonna watch that with Charlie
Yeah.
tonight. Hopefully.
All right. Well, Gabrielle,
That was
you.
great,
Thank
Michael.
Yes,
Thank
Michael,
you.
thank
I can't
you.
tell you how much scary photos have meant to my life.
Right? I mean,
I just love the idea that you can, or just really the practice and ritual of like looking at something and going, is that real? And if that's real, what are the possibilities of that?
Mhm.
What could that mean? You know what I mean? What a great way to look at everything, the universe around you, the chair you sit on, the food you eat, all of it. It's just a great way to look at everything. And ghost pictures teach
I always
you
like
that.
what you say, Bryce, too. Is just like it only takes one to be real. You know.
That's right.
That's so
That's right.
true.
That's
Oh my
exactly right. Out of just a million blurry photos, if one of them is real, there goes everything.
okay, everyone. Well, this wouldn't be a Halloween party without some more games. It's time to return
Yes.
to
Yes.
Mystery Quistery.
Oh no.
All right, you guys are all playing as individuals on
Oh
this.
boy.
And I'll follow up by Jack with
This
a
is
hiding.
a supernatural quiz. These questions come from. I pulled some of these from. All of these really
Sister.
from Sister.
Oh, right.
She's got a new voice. She's got a different voice now.
Hit the top of the
Now
hour.
she-
Let's go.
Now she's like a contestant on British Bake Off. So
This is why I was kicked out of
these
comedy.
all came from the Conspiracy Game by Netty Games. Not a sponsor, just a good source for fun. Round one,
Great.
we're gonna do it this way. What's everybody's favorite Halloween candy?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
can I go first? Candy corn.
Really?
I know a lot of people hate it. I actually bought a whole bag. I've already gone through it.
I like candy
most of
corn.
myself about a week ago, but I just love them. They're just like they're perfect sugary taste, and the little candy corns.
There's
Good
a
old-
lot of agreement with you on candy corns, Bryce. So you're
Mhm.
not alone.
Mm-hmm.
The people.
Riley,
Interesting. How
I
about
say
you
what's
guys?
your favorite, Riley?
Yep.
I like dark chocolate covered almonds. Is that a Halloween
It's
candy?
very, that's more charcuterie board, but
Sure.
It
yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to the adult Halloween
I'm
party.
a fancy bitch.
You're an almond joy guy. Just say
Yeah,
almond
just say
joy.
almond joy.
Yeah. Okay. Or maybe a Reese's. I love a peanut butter and
Reese's.
chocolate combo. That's
Okay,
like the
good.
that's the
Mhm.
Halloween.
That's very
version.
Best
Halloween.
friends.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Yes,
Gabrielle.
Riley, that's my
Yeah.
first choice, Reese's, but peanut butter
Okay.
cups. And also like with the Easter thing, they're a different shape and it's still delicious.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Of course.
So
egg.
here's what we're gonna do. You guys, I'm gonna read a question, and you guys are gonna buzz in to answer it first. And you're gonna buzz in by saying
Okay.
the name of your favorite candy. Okay,
Okay.
that's your buzzer.
Oh, okay.
All
great.
right, and then I'll give it to whoever I hear first. If you miss it, the other two players get a chance to answer it. If no one gets it, we move on. All right, we'll play till let's say 6 because it's a spooky number. All right,
Great.
we'll play to 6 points. Here we go. Round 1 is pretty easy. Round 2 is a little bit harder. Round 3 is the hardest. Here we go. What is another common name used for Bigfoot?
Oh,
A candy
Yes.
corn.
Yes.
That's
Sasquatch.
correct. 1 point for Bryce.
The nun is quick.
Yay!
Okay.
Candy corn.
Producer Mike G, help me keep track of the points here.
I forgot my candy. I'll blame it on that.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, here we go.
Reese's.
What is the name of the huge ancient pictures etched into the Peruvian desert that were made for aliens to see during flights?
I know this. I know this.
Candy corn? Yes.
That's
The
it.
Nasdaq lines.
No, that is
Oh, it's not?
incorrect.
That's what I would have
No,
said.
You're close,
no,
but you're not saying the name correctly. So I'm
Oh,
going to
you
need
said,
to
you
correct.
said Nasdaq,
the
like the
Nas-
stock.
You said Naztec. That's not the name.
No,
Nasdaq.
No,
Nasdaq.
incorrect. Bryce, right? Gabrielle,
Index.
buzz in, everybody. Buzz in.
Dark chocolate almond.
Yes,
Is it the Nazca lines?
correct. That point goes to
Nazca
Riley.
lines. That's it.
You guys are
good. Hey, you little
I'm gonna
bugger.
get the super hard one. I know it.
You'll burn for that, Riley.
What is the nickname for aliens with pale bodies, oversized earless heads, and large black eyes?
Yeah.
Candy corn.
Gotta
I
buzz
couldn't
in.
remember my candy.
Grays.
Yes.
Grays.
Yes.
What are they called?
Consistent none. The alien grays. Alien grays.
Oh. I don't think you
Okay.
learned something new here.
Of course it's the Grays. Yeah, that I knew that. I didn't know dark
the
chocolate
pressure.
almond. It's a lot of
Yeah.
buzz.
Okay. Final question, round one. What structure would you want to avoid if you spotted the Mothman near it?
Oh, dark chocolate almonds.
Yes, sir.
Like a bridge. You want to stay away
That
from
is
that
correct.
bridge.
A bridge. Okay. All right.
I didn't
Moving
even
on to
need,
round
I didn't even
two.
need the chat to cheat for that one.
Okay. I feel really sorry. Okay, here we go. This is one that Gabrielle, you could get this one.
Can't wait.
Nicolas Cage is not, according to some internet rumors,
Why would I know
Nicolas Cage is not actually a human, but instead this mythological being.
I don't know this one.
I don't-
Nick Cage is actually
Oh,
a.
come on. What would Nick Cage?
like
Would he be a
Nosferatu,
werewolf
maybe?
or a?
I just think of his hair color. That's what I think about. Hairline.
Okay.
I just think about those dreamy eyes.
Anyone want to throw out a
I'm gonna
throw
get
out a
in
wild
there.
guess?
Candy corn.
Candy corn.
Vampire.
You are correct.
Oh,
a
I
vampire.
can see that. I can totally see that.
There's pictures of Nicolas
Yes.
Cage that people have found guys that look like Nicolas Cage from like 100 years ago.
Mhm.
Wow.
Okay. In 2005, Wyoming tried to make what animal the state's official mythological creature? Wyoming, 2005, official mythological creature in Wyoming.
Reese's.
Yep. Oh,
Reese's. I heard
Slap to the
Reese's.
face of
I'll say
modern
Bigfoot.
cryptologists.
I know it's wrong.
That's a good guess, and it was one of the options on the multiple choice here, but it's incorrect.
Yay!
Jack,
Yes.
candy corn, dear.
Who is this character? She has so many personalities.
it's
little-
great. She said.
That little. It's all the Jim
This is all-
Beams. They just
We've got a
bring
whole
out the
nunnery here,
spirits
just
and the
not
spirits.
just the one.
You're
Oh,
channeling multiple nuns.
Well, it would be the slap to the face of modern cryptologists, but the jackalope, that stupid little thing that you find in roadside.
That's correct. Bryce gets it. The nunnery gets it. Okay. Where is the primary entrance to Hollow Earth located? Okay. This is it. This is an idea that the Earth is hollow and that there are creatures down there. And there's a theory that there is a big entrance to it, and it's located. I'm looking for the location of where the entrance to Hollow Earth is.
Todd Standing knows where
You
it
better
is.
believe he does. Chocolate covered
You better
almonds.
believe he does.
Yes.
Ooh.
Can I just say a volcano, or do I need to name the volcano?
No, that's incorrect. So don't name any.
I
Bryce,
was just
Gabrielle,
a
you want to
guess.
give it? I can give a hint.
Give me a hint.
This is related.
I'll
This
get in
location
there.
is related to a very popular mainstream holiday. Where would you might
Oh, Reese's.
Okay,
Yes.
The North Pole.
Correct, Gabrielle.
Got
Put
one
a
on the
point on the
board.
board.
She's
Got
She's
one on the board.
Good guess.
Nice. Nice.
All right.
Thank you. Meow,
Chupacabra,
meow.
Chupacabra, a vampire creature that attacks livestock, was first seen where?
Reese's
Yes.
in Texas.
No, there is a Texas Chupacabra, but they came second.
Chocolate.
Yes.
Yes, none. Go ahead.
I can never claim it
No. I
again.
heard dark chocolate.
You
I heard
did?
dark chocolate.
Because
Yes.
it's Puerto Rico.
That is correct.
Oh.
Puerto Rico. All right. So we've got 4 for Bryce, 3 for Riley, 1 for Gabrielle.
I'm very proud of that one.
You should be.
Great work.
Thank you.
And let's move on. Now, these are getting pretty hard, okay? So we're going to have a lot of guesses here. According to experts on alien physiology, which hair color indicates the presence of alien DNA? What hair color might you have if you have alien DNA?
I'm gonna dark chocolate covered almonds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say red just because it's the rarest hair color.
Well, you would be correct. Red is the answer. If you're a redhead, if you're ginger,
Using that
you might have
logic.
some alien
Still
DNA.
getting the rap.
Riley tying it up.
Don't get your hopes up, dear.
Okay, here we go. What state saw a rash of dragon sightings in 1976? What U.S. state?
Candy corn.
Yes, Bryce.
Candy corn. Could it be Iowa?
That is incorrect. Gabrielle, Riley, you guys want to buzz in? Take a good guess.
You got to stab at this one.
Dragons.
Yes. I'll give you a hint. It's a state very close to your heart, Gabrielle.
Very close to my heart. Okay, Reese's. I will say Oklahoma.
A little closer to your heart. I'm going to let you guess again. A little closer to your heart.
Well, I guess Texas then.
Yes,
There you go.
it's Texas.
Well, I didn't say it was like my heart. I think I said like actual vicinity borders.
No, to your heart.
Oh, my
The
heart.
dragons in Texas. I was thinking of that one in Iowa that shot lasers.
Van Meter
out of its head.
Visitor.
Remember that one?
But that was in the
Yes.
early 1900s, 1970s.
Interesting.
We got to look this
Where
one
in
up.
Texas?
That sounds fun.
should-
I don't know.
That's an episode in
Bring a
itself, guys.
dragon.
Yeah, I want to know about
Exactly.
these Texan dragons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I bet you they
like
were
dragons.
bigger. Just like Texas.
Which
You better believe
which
it.
U.S. president reported seeing a UFO in 1969?
Well, just do the math.
Who was president in '69?
Bryce.
Candy corn. Jimmy Carter,
Correct.
dear.
Of
That's
course
correct.
he
Bryce is on the
did.
board with
Yeah.
5
That
points.
tracks.
It was the size of a peanut. Name the creature with the body of a human and a head of a dog that prowls the swamps near New Orleans.
Oh.
New Orleans.
Price knows
I
them all.
know.
You really.
Buzz in if you want to. We're looking for
I'm
a
not-
dog man.
I'm
A
not
dog
annoying
man in the
none.
swamps of New
Trivia night.
Orleans.
But like it's and so the answer is not a dog man. We're
No. It's got a specific name.
New
Wow.
Orleans dog man.
Starts with an R, dear.
Chocolate,
Brett.
dark chocolate. Almonds.
Yes.
I'm struggling the most with my buzz in word. I should have chosen another candy.
You could have just said Reese's.
Well, that's Gabby's.
I like the way
Yeah.
you say it every
I
time.
can share. I'll share my
if it means
Reese's with
anything, I
you.
love the way
it is the
you say
it's the
dark chocolate
Rogaru.
almonds.
That is correct. All right.
Hey,
Wow,
all right.
guys.
Wow.
You guys
I don't know
are
what
good
we're
at
gonna
this.
do here because you guys are tied up. We're moving into the tiebreaker round here. So whoever gets this
Yes,
out of
Joe.
Bryce, Gabrielle, I'm sorry to say you're out of the running now.
Well,
Um,
meow, 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 meow.
We're gonna go
meow.
into the tiebreaker. Which war forced ancient societies to flee into the hollow earth for safety? Which war forced ancient societies to flee into the hollow earth for safety? Yes, Bryce.
Candy corn. That was a war between the Atlanteans and the
The Atlantean
Lemurians.
Lemurian War is correct. Congratulations, Bryce.
Bryce came
Once
to
again,
win.
Bryce,
Came to
you
win.
have won. I gotta say, Riley, you made it a close one.
We'll get him next time. We'll get him next
Yes. Great job. Gabrielle got a couple points on the board.
Thank you.
It's tough for somebody who doesn't read the stuff every week for the last 6 years.
Nonsense.
Well done.
I'm here to hang.
Well
I'm
done.
here to hang.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of hanging, our time is almost over, but we have a little bit of time left for some Q&As from the audience, guys. Hit us
Right.
up with some cues. Favorite someone's gonna have to read the name for me because I cannot read. Derek Cole. What is your favorite childhood Halloween costume? Mine was like I remember my third, I was Batman. I had like one of those plastic Batman masks that was like, the old school ones.
I love
That was one
those.
of my
Yep.
favorites. I think though playing a Wicket the Ewok was probably my favorite.
Oh my god, I had the Wicket the Ewok mask
Yeah.
too. That was one of my, and then I had to wear like a brown
Yep.
furry thing. I was my answer was going to be that He-Man. I loved those old like plastic masks with the like, and you'd put on like it's like really like a saran wrap costume with just like a printed on like outfit. Those like, and they're very flame. They're
Also, I
what's what I'm
forgot
looking for?
Dave Keith and I went as a two-headed monster one year.
Oh
and
wow.
He literally just commented.
Yeah.
Up.
Oh no,
That's a good
way.
one, but we didn't
So
trick or
good.
treat
That's
as
awesome.
that. We just went to school and we were angry because two other girls went as a two-headed grandma. They stole our idea and we were really bummed because his mom had made us this
Two-headed
costume.
grandma.
But so we didn't end up trick or treating in it
That's
because we
funny.
were upset that our idea had been taken.
Man.
And also, it was too hard to run around at night in the shared like three-legged suit.
It got old. It's like that horse
How about
mask.
you, Gabrielle? What was your?
I think I remember being like a medieval princess with that cone hat.
Oh
And
yeah,
like that. I just
popular choice.
loved that one. I just loved it so much. I think I slept in it that night.
Not very practical, those cone hats. I don't know what they were. What were those for? But they're fun.
Just
but
to
why?
make sure you were there in case you were in a crowd, you would stick out.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think it's like when you're against an apex predator, you want to
Yeah,
make
or
the
like
Yes.
if a
taller,
dragon
like,
tries,
the princesses wanted to look like tall.
Mhm.
the dragon
bigger.
tries to bite you, the like pointy end jabs it in the back of the throat and flies
Or
back.
he takes that instead, right?
Yeah, I like
Right,
that. What about
totally.
you, Riley?
I think Teen Wolf. I had this like great latex werewolf mask, and then I got to wear like a cool jacket. I think it was mostly that I just wanted to feel like a cool dude, so I had like the ripped jeans and the little
Yeah.
jacket, and I remember thinking that I was extremely cool in that getup.
Nice. I like it. It was pretty cool. That's a cool choice
Teen Wolf.
because you are a teen and you're a werewolf.
Exactly.
So you're
like
two cool
double
things.
cool.
Yeah, double cool.
Love that.
Tori Renee asks, which stories, listener sent or out of the ones you've researched, have creeped you out the most and kept you up at night? So which stories
Ooh.
of High Strangers have we done? And or stories that, in Gabrielle, in your case, and stories that that you've heard might have creeped you out?
Well, I mean, alone just with this show, that video of that shapeshifter, no fucking way.
Okay.
No, I won't watch it
Fair
because it
enough.
will keep me up at night.
It's pretty. I think you should watch it because it's
No.
worse in your imagination
No.
than it is in execution.
No.
Mine is probably.
No,
Mike.
There it is again. Mine might be. It's either. I don't know. I think maybe the Betty Andreasen abduction.
I hate you for that, Pete. I hate you so much.
Maybe Betty Andreasen. Any of the alien abduction ones weird me out and keep me up. The Men in Black one freaked me out. So any alien stuff. What about you boys?
For me, the thing that scares me the most is that line between reality and psychosis. Like when like people are driven to do terrible things, but by like a demon or a spirit or whatever, that to me is like just like true horror.
Jack
terror.
Torrance.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah. Like the devil made me do it kind of vibes. Is because I think people are the scariest thing of all. And when people believe, and whether they are or they aren't, but they believe it, that they're paranormally driven to do horrible things, it's like that is like true nightmare fuel.
Yeah, that's really scary.
Yeah.
Bryce, what about you? Amity.
What was the name of
Amityville when we did the Amityville deep dive?
Yeah, that's great. What a great answer. Just like some dark presence invading you.
You were very hesitant to do that one. I had a lot of pushback from you.
Driving you mad. Yeah, no, totally. I don't know why. I just don't like that idea of like, this this presence like inserting itself into one's life. But what was I going to say? What was the question?
Which one
again?
scared you the most, kept you up at night?
Sticks with you.
Oh yeah. Oh, what are those stories that are like those hikers that are alone and they'll like see someone up on a ridge top, but they have like an indescript face, and
the
then
watchers
they get there and then they turn around. Yeah, and they don't have any face at all, and it's like, oh, that's
like in the St. Gabriel mountain range.
Also, yeah, and then stairs in the middle of the woods. That whole, even if it's creepypasta stuff, that really that captured my imagination.
Yeah. All right, I think we have time for one more before we have to hop off and head over to our VIP meet and greets. Do we have another question from anybody? Now's your shot. Which cryptid would you choose to hang out with for an evening? Bigfoot. Easily. Hands
That's
down,
awesome.
Bigfoot.
I kind of want to hang out with
man.
Mothman. I want to see what's going on there.
Oh, he'd make it all about him.
You think?
Yeah.
Never skip leg day.
Right.
I'd say I'm a big fan of Bigfoot as well. I would say so.
That'd be a good dinner, right? I feel like that'd be
Yeah.
chill, right? Like he'd make you something from the
Very
forest,
rustic dinner.
You know, like cook up something
nice
nice.
fire going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
A lot of
know.
love for Frogman in the chat for this question.
Oh yeah, Frogman would be.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you'd be sad though by the end.
Yeah.
You'd be like dropping Frogman off at the river and just being like, "Oof, this guy really needs to get it together." I feel bad for him.
let's do this again.
Okay, sure.
You got
You're
my
like,
number.
yeah,
No,
sure.
no, I'm not gonna.
Is
We're not
email
gonna
better?
do it
What do you
again.
prefer?
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
really-
I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
I also want to see a mermaid.
A mermaid. That's a
Oh,
good
that'd
one.
be great.
Because
Yes.
you might fall in love.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, good
Mermaid would be
answer.
All
dope.
right.
Oh my God.
Well, thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you, Gabrielle, for being here. Where can people find your stuff?
I just
What
want to
can you plug
say,
right
I just
now?
want to say also, I don't necessarily hate Halloween. I think Halloween hates me. Just
Fair
want to say.
Oh wait, do we have the
You don't
photo
have to apologize.
Mike G? If we have the Flintstones photo that I sent you, if you can throw that up there, go for it. If not, it's okay. He said I didn't get it. I think
You can
Michael M
find
has
it on
if he
my.
wants to
You
show-
can find it on my
I-
Instagram,
I
Gabrielle
posted- I
Ruiz.
thought I
There you go.
sent it
A perfect-
over.
It's
There
on
you
there. It's
in
in
an
there.
email. Here we go.
It's
Look,
adorably.
can you guys see that?
Oh,
did it.
yeah.
There's
Oh,
the
A
feeling.
day too early, so we just went to
Yeah.
a pumpkin patch. I was like, "We're
Look at
taking
that.
pictures." Damn it! Even my
That one's
husband,
great.
Philip Michael, like he is not like extroverted at all. He's like
No.
behind the scenes guy, and he even like
Yeah.
wore a little like shark tooth necklace.
He's a good Fred Flintstone.
for me.
He committed. You guys, y'all look great. You look fantastic.
Thanks.
You look
Well
great.
done. Where can people find you?
It's my full
If you
name
wanna be
on the
found.
Insta. Don't
Great.
wear it out.
Are there any projects that aren't SAG related that you can plug coming up?
Yeah, I'm in the video game Starfield, like the big one right now.
Oh shit,
Whoa.
that's huge.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Oh, I didn't know you were in that.
I
I gotta get
am.
an Xbox.
You can find me. I am like the bartender. I don't know if I can actually tell. Who cares? I mean, who cares? You can find me. I'm a prominent character, and I'm really proud of it. I recorded that 2.5 years ago, the week before my daughter was born, and I was like just super, super pregnant, and it came out a few weeks ago now, maybe 2 months ago
Yeah,
now, and
a couple months ago. It's not been
they've been
out that
holding
long.
out they've been holding out on that to make sure it was really good, and we got the game, and it's gorgeous.
Riley, this is one of those video games that you love. You can like get
Gorgeous.
into a spaceship and you can visit like over 1,000 planets.
Like
That
like
rules.
solar systems, like
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I love that.
nuts. It's beautiful.
It's huge.
It's- yeah.
I need an Xbox.
Awesome.
That's rad. Super rad.
Thanks.
All right, everybody. Well, we're heading over to the VIP sessions. Don't forget, if you love BCC for just $5 a month, you can unlock 3 more exclusive bonus episodes every month over at BCC The Other Side. Just scan the little QR code there with your phone. You can come over and say hi. Access to the Discord, access to our entire back catalog, which I've just gone through and cleaned everything up, renumbered everything, gave the whole page a fresh coat of paint. We have over 200 and I believe 240 episodes
Wow.
up there. We have 63 cosmic tracks, music tracks by Riley.
Mhm.
If you upgrade to the cosmic tier membership, you can get those. A lot of great stuff over there. Come join us, hang out. And on Halloween, we'll be dropping our scary Zombie Bigfoot Scary 16 Monster Showdown 4. This is an epic one. This one's shocked and surprised even us. This is when we have 8 classic movie monsters facing off against 8 classic creatures of high strangeness. This one's a real shocking one. I'm going to say that. That's a little tease for you guys. That'll be dropping on Halloween. You really don't want to miss that episode. You can also get that Ghost Quest at Riley's episode over there, which is maybe, we've been told, the scariest episode of the show that we've ever done. So check that out.
Ooh.
All right, we're gonna head over
Love
to the VIP meet and greets. Thanks to you guys. Thank you, Gabrielle, once again. Thanks to Mike G and Peter Reed at popclounge.com. Thank you to Ryan Munoz at popclounge.com for having us. Ryan Middledorf and Wood Elf Media for hosting us on their network every week. And of course, thank you, all of you, once again for showing up tonight. We'll see some of you guys in the meet and VIP sessions. I believe there are some still available. If we don't see you there, and if we don't see you on Halloween over on the other side, we'll see you next Wednesday for an all-new episode of Bigfoot Collectors Club. Until then, good night.
Good night.
And go get regressed, dear.
Now she's Scottish. She's Scottish.
Bigfoot Collectors Club is executive produced by Michael McMillan, Riley Bray, and Bryce Johnson. Our show is engineered, produced, and scored by Riley Bray. Our theme song, Come Alone, is by Sun Eaters. Follow them on Spotify. Want more BCC? For exclusive full-length episodes every month and total access to The Other Side, check out patreon.com/Bigfoot Collectors Club.